real estate. And I realized that many wealthy people, somehow, they have real estate as their portfolio. No? So I got into real estate. Then eventually, being a delivery boy, I wish I dreamt of working for this big company called Ayala Land. So that has been my wish to work in Ayala Avenue. Sabi kasi ng mga parents ko, saka lola ko, Carl, pag makapunta ka ng Makati at you're wearing long sleeves and wearing a necktie, you've made it. So talagang yun ang naging pangarap ko, to go to Ayala Avenue and work in Makati. So I would remember taking the LRT from Blumentritt to Hilpuyat and eventually work for Ayala Land. So it was here in Ayala Land that my mindset changed. No? I got more involved in property. I worked for people like Fernando Zubel, Jaime Zubel, Tony Aquino, and many bright Ayala corporate heads. No? So from a delivery boy mindset, I was open to seeing how these big corporations think. My parents were not entrepreneurs, di sila businessmen. They were encyclopedia salesmen. So you can just imagine my world before. Talagang very small yung world ko. All my parents told me was, Carl, just study hard, get good grades, and go work for a company. So I worked for Ayala Land, and for 15 years I stayed there. And my mindset changed. I learned about managing properties, how to develop properties, acquisition of land. But the most important thing I learned is, I guess, seeing things from scratch. Diba? Ayala Land, they see things from scratch. They see a blank piece of land and then eventually say, uy, this is going to be Vertis North. Uy, this is going to be BGC. Uy, this is going to be some future business district. So yun, I work with smart bosses, intelligent bosses, and also I was assigned to service Ayala Land clients. So, you know, I was sent off to be with these rich people. I would spend time with them, service them, drive them around the properties. And during that time, I would learn a lot from them. I would learn a lot about how they become successful. And I tell you, most of the successful businessmen, they're so humble, they're so nice, and lahat talaga ng the real wealthy, they're very simple. So I saw that from coming from a delivery boy, biglang nakita ko yung isang buong world. I would remember one of my first client was a couple who owns a pansitan in Jose Abad Santos. Yun ang pansitan. So I would say, wow, sana one day. I sold them a property na worth 400,000. I go, wow, ang yaman ito. 400,000 property. May pansitan. Someday I want to have a pansitan also. Yung walang aircon, talagang pansitan lang. Who would have thought na 10 years later, I would be selling properties worth 400, not thousand, 400 million. And I would see so many wealthy people. And I learned a lot from them. So now, being so blessed with learning from these wealthy people, I now share them. So now, that's how I got into being a speaker for real estate. So I now share mga techniques. So in Real Estate Manila, I'll be speaking about techniques on how to invest in property. Diba, you would hear people say, it's about location. But I'm gonna share with the audience deeper. I'm gonna share with you about location, but I'm also gonna share with you about demographics. What is demographics? Why is this important for your technique? I'm also going to share about the per capita income, the salary, the source of income of your market segment. I'm also going to share about infrastructure growth. How do you spot good properties? By monitoring the infrastructure. Why do you think there's SMCT in SMCT? Why do you think there's Trinoma in Vertis North in between SMCT? Ganon, di ba? Because there's going to be an MRT there. There's going to be a central station. Or why do you think there's an Ayala Mall that's coming soon in Macapagal? Because there's an AIA Expressway that will bring tourists from the airport to Macapagal. So things like that, I'll be sharing infrastructure. And I'll also be sharing about how do you determine the right price? How do you determine your acquisition price is good versus market price? Yun. And as a bonus, I'll be sharing about 10 things. How can you earn passive income from property when wala ka pang property? So 10 things that techniques that you can do habang you're still saving to buy your own property. What can you do? So I'll be sharing about the bazaar concept, the food park concept. Yung tipong kahit wala kang money, you can approach a wealthy client and say, hey sir, can we joint venture? You have this idle land, let me do something with it, and whatever profits we share without any capital. Yep, JC, that's about it.
That's great. So we're looking forward for more of that during the two-day conference. A round of applause, Mr. Carl Lee, ladies and gentlemen, one of our conference speakers, of course, for the two-day
Quick plug
conference.
before I
Please.
pass it to Edward. Guys, I have a book that I sell in Power Books and National, but for people here, just hand me your credit card and I'll send you a book with dedication pa. Oh, diba?
That's
so just
right.
hand me your card later. Thank you.